welcome to the Ruth Loves to Knit podcast. I'm Ruth and I love to knit. You're very, very welcome here today. If you've never been here before, you're very welcome. If you've been here many times, you're of course welcome back. It is Saturday the 28th, just double checking, of August, and it is already 20 to 6 in the evening, but it is a beautiful evening here, and beautiful and sunny, and I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. I had everything prepared for yesterday, I didn't get it done, and I thought, pot, today's the day. I've just come back from an in-person knit group, so I'm all buzzing, and I thought we'd just go for it. So say I'm Ruth, and where you can find me is on Instagram at Ruth Loves to Knit, on Ravelry at Craftymadmidwife. I don't know why that always trips me up. I have an email which is ruthlovestoknit@gmail.com, and you can reach me on most of those. I'm not, even though we're doing a cowl, I'm not massively wonderful on Ravelry, but I'm trying to get better. You're, as I say, you're really, really welcome here. It has been a beautiful week here in Devon, where I live. I'm doing this all about face, sorry. And today seems to have got warmer as the day's gone on. I'm coming to you from my little craft room, otherwise known as the spare bedroom, but it's a small room, and I've closed the window because the noise of chickens, dog, road noises, tractors going up and down as it's harvest time is too loud, and everybody is at home. Obviously it's a Saturday, everybody's at home, but they've all been warned to keep quiet, but I apologise if there's any background noise. So as I say, I live in Devon, and I live here with my husband and 2 children. They're still off in school holidays for another wee while. Samuel's 11, Eva's 13. And yeah, we've... I am counting the days till the kids go back to school. I don't think they are, but I am. But there's been plenty of crafting done. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I was last on, but I did say in my last podcast, due to the school holidays, that I might be a little later this time. Excuse me. So let's get started. Oh, I did want to say, we have had a few days out, and we've had a few things, and I did take you along with me, but I am not a professional at this, and I was joking with some of my knitting friends that I tried to emulate some of the other beautiful vloggers on Instagram, and we went to the beach and I tried to video the children in the water, and I tried to video my lovely walking through the shallows. And when I came home, I couldn't see anything at the time because the sun was so bright, and when I came home I had taken a lovely video of a dog doing its business, and I had taken another lovely video of a dirty great big plaster that was flapping around on my foot. So I didn't think you wanted to see that, so there won't be any vlog footage on this episode. Sorry. I tried. I have a lot to learn. Anyway, let's get started. So if you've been here before, you know that lovely Fernanda from Littlemonkeysand and myself are doing a cowl. That's a knit along or a crochet along. You can do a K or a C. It's on Instagram and on Ravelry. You can use the hashtag on Instagram of across the pond shawl cowl, but is with a K. I'll put all the information down below. Or on Ravelry under Littlemonkeysand on Ravelry. And if you're struggling to find that on Ravelry, Littlemonkeys_me on Instagram, and she's got a link in her bio, and that takes you straight through. So I'll put everything down below for that. So you can either put your pictures, your progress, your finished objects on Instagram, which I'll be checking out, or you can put it in the chatter thread on Ravelry or the FO thread in Ravelry, and it's absolutely on fire. I tell you, there's, I think the last time I looked, there's maybe 60 60 finished objects just on Ravelry. Humblebee shawl by Fibre Tales does seem to be a very popular one. It seems to have taken pole position, but there's so many beautiful shawls, and if you've watched this a podcast at all, you know shawls are my favourite thing to knit, and hence the shawl cowl. And I have now got a list the length of my arm that if I lived to 1,000 I probably would never get through, and just from seeing everybody's beautiful ones, all from Aran weight chunky right down, and there's a few amazing crochet ones which just blows my mind as I can barely do a treble stitch. There's some really beautiful ones on there, so have a wee look. Even if you're not taking part, you're very, very welcome to go and have a wee look. It might give you some inspiration to have a wee look on there. And I just thought I would wet your whistle a wee bit more with some of the beautiful prizes. Now, Fernanda, most of you maybe know, is in America. I'm in England, hence the across the pond shawl cowl. She has some amazing prizes and I have some amazing prizes, so we're hoping the whole world will be covered. She has listed a few on her podcast, but I thought I'd give you another wee taster of the prizes I have for different things. We haven't decided how many we're going to give or what way or anything yet. We're going to have to get together to do that, but always forget to say, I'm so sorry, that the cowl is on till the 30th of September. So there's still plenty of time, isn't there? If you could one skein shawl or whatever, depends how fast you are as a knitter, you are more than welcome to still enter. And some people have knit quite a few shawls and you can enter them all from 1 to 50. The more you're in, the more chances you have, so you're welcome to join us. So I'm going to put my notes over there a minute so I can show you the prizes. And I'm going to do the impossible and balance this on my knee. Half on the table and half on my knee. So if you remember the last time I showed you the most amazing prize, some of you might, this might be a giveaway. The smell, every time I put this up, it's just amazing. Joji Co bag, fall on the ground. And this was donated by the most wonderful person, and every time I take it out, I'm scared to take it out in case I wreck it. But this is one of her, now this is from a wee while ago, one of her amazing pouches. It's coming up black, but it's navy with the leather strap, and that can be changed in all the different positions. I mean, look, it's a big, big one, and you can see, oh the sun's not going to play a game. Nope. Joji Co, there you can see it better here, can't you? Joji Co leather tag there, and then it's a zip top with a beautiful and fully lined with a pocket inside as well. Just the one, and one of those wee carabiners to put your stitch markers or whatever. Oh, and there's another pocket in that pocket, and it's zipped as well. Bargain. Well. And I'm going to put that back because I am scared of wrecking it. Just put it in, so just give me a second. And that is up for prize. And you could win that for doing a 1 skein or a 6 skein. It's all up for winning. Put that down there. Then, sorry, there'll be some rustling because I have kept things in tissue paper. Then these two beautiful skeins, I think things are actually clearer. Oh, maybe they're not too bad. This is Eden Cottage yarn. These two go beautifully. You can see there. They actually, maybe not showing up. This has got sparkle in it, and so's this. And these are the Silverdale 4-ply colourway Viola and colourway Daffodil. It's a lovely buttery, it's not showing up. It's not showing up well there. It's a lovely buttery yellow. Not a harsh yellow, really, really nice. And it's both are 80% superwash fine merino, 15% nylon and 5% silver stellina. And I've kept those in a plastic bag as we have a wee dog. It doesn't get anywhere near my yarn, but just in case. And that's down there. Then, sorry, there will be rustling as I say. Then we have the most gorgeous. Now, if you have seen any of my podcasts, you know I love Sew Yarnalicious. And she sent us a beautiful bag for the giveaway. You can see her tag there. And a lovely wee pouch. She generally does her bags in like a canvas material, so hard wearing, with a lovely box bottom and a lovely zip. Beautiful, goes a lot, and there's no chance of that really snagging. It's lovely and smooth, and just a wee lovely wee pouch would do. A shawl or socks or whatever, and I keep that wrapped in that tissue paper. I would say I'll probably give a project bag and some yarn as the same price. Then what else do we have? It's like a lucky dip. Then we have the two lovely skeins from Addict Spin Dye. Now this one was gifted to the podcast, but I bought this one for get that round so you can see that they match so well. They are not match, contrast so well. And this one is fuchsia and this one is violets, and all of their skeins come with beautiful wee stitch markers, and they'll be going as a set as well, and probably with a project bag, I would say, because I have a couple of project bags to give away. So that's that. And then I'll show you a couple more project bags. This beautiful one, it's a really good size too, with a lovely denim bottom, again a box bottom, and a lovely carry handle, and this, don't want to draw it in case it wrecks it, or not wrecks it, it crinkles it. And oh gosh, my brain's gone dead of where this one's from. I'll put it down below. There's no tags. Makers, put tags on your things. I will find that out and put that down below, as I say. Then this little sock sack, and it is from Maid in Aberfala. She's actually got a sale on this weekend, I noticed, for bank holiday. And that's just gorgeous. It's got a box bottom too, lovely and light, and would just be perfect for socks. And then the last one is another drawstring, and this is from RicracRoom, and it's lovely, like a, what would you say? It's come sagey maybe rather, and then the gold wheat, and then I mean a really good size, with lots of pockets inside, fully lined. And little tea bag stitch marker, and it did have a little lavender pouch, but I'll just pop that in there, and that's another one. So those will all come with yarn too. I'll put them back into the bag that I was protecting them with. So maybe in one of the next podcasts I will show what sets are going with what. I'm getting redder and redder, I do apologise, but it's very warm. Then the rest of the yarn is this lovely sock set from Lay Family Yarn. None of my yellows are showing up. That's just a wee smudge yellow, a wee smidge yellower than it's showing, not much. And this is perfect posy, 85 extra fine superwash merino and 15% nylon. It's 365 meters plus a 20 gram at 72 meters. Just think that is gorgeous. So that'll maybe go with one of those smaller sock set bags. I'm really struggling to enunciate today. And then last but not least, at the moment, there may be more things coming. Now some of these are out of my stash, I'll be absolutely honest. But this one here is West Greenloft yarn. I absolutely love Vicky's yarn. Really love it. And this is Colourway Vintage Jeans. And this one is Mr. Darcy. She has she loves all those books, and she always has themes, and this goes really beautifully. This is in, so that's another set. So all of those could be used for beautiful shawls. Maybe after doing this shawl, Cal, you never want to look at another shawl. But they would all go, and we've got some teas and some, most of you know I'm from Northern Ireland originally, and so I've got some Belfast tea to give in to them. I think that's it for now. So plenty to look forward to. As I say, there might be a few more goodies before September's out. I'm just going to put those over out of the way. Lift my things back up onto the table, and I think those are fabulous prizes. I would be thrilled to get a prize like one of those. Actually, I see another one just over in the bed, but I was wrecked the whole system trying to reach over for it, so I'll show that the next time. So that's the cowl. It's on to the 30th of September, and either give Fernanda's podcast a wee watch as well, and you'll see what she has for you. And yeah, just join in. Don't join in, chat, don't chat, it's up to you. But absolutely, we don't want to put any pressure on anybody, because I know there's a lot going on in people's lives, but I think those who have joined in have enjoyed it so far. Right, well, we get on to the, well, it's 15 minutes in and we haven't talked about the knitting. So, finished objects. Now, you know, last time I had quite a couple, 2 shawls anyway, that were nearly finished. So those are finished. So the first one is across the pond shawl. I think if we've said a million times, unknown to us, was that Mina Phillip, the knitting expat, had an actual shawl called Across the Pond shawl. And both Fernanda and I decided to do it. Fernanda finished hers ages ago, and mine is here. So this is mine. That's showing, you can see there's beautiful, there's wee bits of yellow, and you can see the beautiful lace. At the bottom. And I will be honest with you, I stopped 8 rows before I was supposed to, because I lost the will to live. It was, I don't know, it's a lovely pattern, don't get me wrong, it's fine, but yeah, I thought this was enough. Thought this was enough lace at the bottom, and I did the picot bind off, but I didn't block it awfully well. You can see the picot there. Yeah, I started pinning it out, I'll be absolutely honest with you, and I gave up, and I just used blocking wires, and it just didn't do the same job. But I just think, you know what, I'm going to put this on, and it's 100 degrees in here. You know what, it's going to be around my neck like that. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to worry about it. And it's still beautiful, isn't it? So, and this yarn is this one here is Biff's Sugar Yarns. I don't know, I think that's a better representation of that. Biff's Sugar Yarns, and it's maple. And the bottom one is Somerset Yarns, and it's caramel. You can see the nice design there now, can't you? And that's the across, and it's so long. It's so long. That's my I did put pictures up on, I'm terrible at taking pictures. Somebody needs to really give me hints and tips of how to get good pictures, especially I took these whenever my husband and children were away, and didn't do a very good job. But that's finished off the needles, and that's obviously, I can't enter my own cowl, but I definitely enjoyed taking part with that one. And then I was doing a test knit for Under the Olive Tree Knits. She had put up a test call for Lasso the Moon. So I finished them a wee while ago, and I'm forgetting the names of them. And I finished that as well. Now, I didn't block it the way she showed. I kind of blocked it like this. So you can see if I do, there we go. You see the lovely lace. I wonder if I put it, there we go. And it's just a one skein shawl. And as I said, I think I've said before, I've knit quite a few of Gem's beautiful shawls, and she does a lot of one skein. So if you're looking for just a wee quick knit or a gift knit, I've done quite a few of hers as a gift knit. I would definitely recommend it. And this yarn is Mothy the Squid Happy Blue Pink, and I think you can see it's definitely come out well. And again, this is a proper picture of this is on Instagram, and you could just put it round. And I think I'm in a slight different position this time than I was before, but lower down. yes, I really like that, although I definitely don't need it today. So there you go. So that's, she said that was coming out at the end of this month. So keep your eyes out on the Under the Olive Tree knits, and you'll see that. And then I think I said last time that I got a new t-shirt, and it said on it, it's my knitting. I'll cast on if I want to, and I've decided I'm going to put that as a hashtag on Instagram, because it is my knitting and I'll cast on if I want to, and I'll not feel any shame. And you know where this is leading. Last time I showed you a beautiful shawl that I'd done in DK weight from Neilan, and I noticed that she had just published a new one, and it's called Artist Garden blanket shawl, and you can tell from the name it's not going to be a tiny one. And I decided I was going to knit it, and because apart from today, thanks to modern medicine, I can now wear most weights of yarn, whereas I was very much restricted to 4-ply or fingering for a while. And I decided to knit this beautiful, it's the Artist Garden, and I was thinking, it said in the description on Ravelry it was a great stash buster, and I didn't actually have a lot of DK wool, and for some reason, I've sent to the girls at my knit group today, some reason I have it in my head, use DK, use fingering, use iron, use chunky. You don't ever, I'm forgetting that you can knit fingering weight double. So I had a bit of a problem with minis. And mini skeins just so beautiful. And Hedgerow Yarns has mini skeins, and they're called little Tiddlers, and they're just 10 grams of just little, I mean, this is a semi-solid, but all the other ones were variegated, and that's the size of them. And I mean, not even, and I was just taken in by them. I just loved them, and every time she put them up I was just besotted. So Hedgerow Yarns and little Tiddlers they're called, and there's 75/25 merino nylon, and there's just 40 meters per skein, and they came in a wee set of 5, but nearly every time you bought them she sent you a wee extra one, and I was collecting them for posterity or something. I don't know what I thought I was going to do with them, and I saw this and I just thought, perfect. Now I worked out, I didn't count how many I had until how many I used until afterwards, but I worked out that I used 8 packets. So get your maths head on, and there's 5 in each, and there's 40 meters in each of the wee ones of these. You keeping up? So I reckon I used 8 packs, approximately 1600 meters, but held double, and this was the outcome. Now I made, right, I'll show you it first. Oh, I've pulled it. Show you it first. Now how I'm going to show this is going to be fun as well. So we'll start. It's absolutely massive, as you would expect from the name. It's so squishy and I absolutely love it, but I am so used to knitting fingering weight lace shawls that I block the life out of. So I blocked this too hard. I did re-soak it and lightly blocked it again, but I think I probably need to really wear it a bit and then soak it again. So stupid. So it's not as squishy as it could be, but look, I mean, I just love it. I just absolutely just, I mean, I can't say enough about it. I'm going to pass out with the heat, mind you. Tiff's, if you haven't tried one of her patterns and you have stash that you're wanting to use up, so you were saying today, you know, it could be the most expensive shawl in the world, because maybe if you are using hand dyed, you're using you know, and you're doing fingering weight held double, but what's the point in it being in your stash? Do you know what I mean? So I definitely would recommend this 100%. It's just the most glorious thing, it really is, and I thoroughly look forward to wearing that when the winter months come in or autumn months come in. I mean, you could literally wear it on its own. You'd be warm enough. Oh, just, and the finishing touch to it is just, if I can get it, I mean, just beautiful. And when you're used to knitting 4-ply or fingering weight, it has knit up so quickly. And she did a thing on Instagram called Flash Your Stash of what you were going to put in this shawl, and I put a wee picture up, and I won 2 beautiful patterns of my choice, won 2 patterns of my choice, and I chose 2 more stash busters. So watch this space, because I have not recently, but I may have had a real problem with mini skeins, and I think we are taking in, they just look so pretty and they just look so alluring, and I just baby skeins, and yeah, I'll have a few more of those in my future, I think. So, but go, if you're in doubt, go for it. I mean, squishy DK, what, you can't beat it. So that's my other finished object. And then, by no surprise, I started to get shoulder pain. Some of you are saying, well, if you wouldn't knit as much, you wouldn't have shoulder pain. But I realised that I was knitting up here, and my chair that I was knitting in was just ridiculous. And so my lovely husband went to charity shop and got me a new office chair, and it really supports my back, so things are an awful lot better than they were. And I don't recommend these things normally, but I also got some of this amazing stuff, and I've been rubbing that in as well. But I think it's just complete posture in my for me. And anyway, what I'm saying that for is that I had to knit some smaller projects for a while, so I decided to knit some hats. I had a few wee bits of left over from a shawl I did, the last Neilan shawl I did, and I just thought, I hate having wee bits, you know, so I just thought I would knit a couple of hats. And if you remember last time, I showed you a lovely handmade project bag that Amanda from Miss Mandy Lou had sent for the podcast, and I was looking her up on Instagram to see if she had a shop, but she sells her bags through her daughter's shop, which is Blue Fern Yarns, but I noticed she had a pattern, so of course I had to look. Well, what a beautiful pattern. It's a hat pattern. It's called the Fin Hat, and it's for DK. And a really lovely thing is that all proceeds from the sale of this pattern will be donated to Cancer Research UK, a charity very close to my heart. Well, I would say it's a charity very close to most people's hearts. I think in this day and age, there's very few people who haven't in some way, shape or form been touched by cancer. And even if you're not in this country, I think it's still an amazing thing. And so I bought the pattern, and I knit a couple of the hats. And if you want the new hat pattern, I would highly recommend it. It's you can knit it 2 different ways. So let me see, the first one I knit was this one. I just think it's gorgeous. Now, my head isn't made for hats, because when you have short hair, when I lived in Scotland, I wore them all the time. I didn't care, but I'm not sure. I've never needed one. I just look like an egg. I've never needed one in Devon, but maybe this year I'll need one. And then I made a pom-pom, and I just put the wee button, you know, so that they could be taken off to wash. But just 2 different colours of our 2 different yarns, and they've just contrasted so well. And then the other one is you can swap it around, and you can do the plain with the contrast. And now this isn't as contrasty because I was just using up scraps. Now this one here is, where did I get? This one was Madderabout wool at the local Cornish dyer, the brownie one. And then this one is Easyknits UK, and that's what I'd used in my shawl. And then this one is more of the Easyknits. It just seemed to go on forever. And the nice bright one was some Siobhan Crafts. I had that's coming. It's really quite emerald green. It's not coming up well. I had made, I think, my mum a pair of bed socks for Christmas out of that, and so I just finished. So that used up all that wool, and I don't think I'll put a pom-pom in this one because not everybody likes it. I'm not a big pom-pom user. and they'll either go to friends or to homeless, or my husband does a lot on the streets and painting, and he was saying there's quite a few homeless, so maybe somebody would like a nice warm hat. And then, where have I put it? Oh, here. Sorry, it's chaos. Then I had somebody had noticed I had knit my mum a hat well, I didn't knit my mum a hat. I knit a hat and she asked if she could have it. And it was the honeycomb, sorry, lots of M's today. It was the Stephen West honey striped hat. And I just did hers with 2 colours. There's actually 3 colours in that. And I didn't stripe it. But this time I thought I would stripe it. And this is the finished. And again, I haven't done a pom-pom for this one yet. And this is the definitely warm. You can see the you can see that it's only a 1 size hat, but you can see it just stretches to whatever, and I just think that's lovely. Just really, really nice. If you don't like ribbon though, it's not for you. But you should. I just used the 2 colours, as I say, and just it's slip stitch like his honeycomb blankets, honeycomb shawls, all the rest of it. And I just used Stylecraft. So this is actually a lovely. Yeah, that's right. And that one is shade 1126 Sandstone, and the other one, maybe show you better in the ball, is Parchment, and 1218. And it's funny, I love Stylecraft and I've done a lot of stuff out of it. This was an absolute treat to knit with, beautiful to knit with, no problem at all. But this one, I don't know, maybe there's more nylon, with both acrylic, so I don't know. This one was like very squeaky, if you know what I mean, when you're knitting with acrylic, very squeaky. So I definitely will knit with this one again, and do something nice with this. But this one wasn't really enjoyable, I have to say. But it turns out it's a lovely warm hat. It's lovely. It doesn't feel, doesn't feel bad when you're wearing it. So that was my 3 hats, and that definitely eased my shoulder, and definitely helped. And it's just in my wee basket that I just keep around the place because I've always got a hat on the go. So that's that. So that's all the hats. Happy hats. Move some things around here so I can find. Then yeah, that's all of that. Then I think I'd said that I have completely lost my sock mojo. Completely. For somebody who was an avid sock knitter, I have completely lost my... And I was saying to the girls at Knit Group today, I've decided that 1 sock is the way forward. Who needs 2 socks? 1 sock's enough. And because I was just knitting small things for a few weeks, I did knitting socks anyway. But last time I showed you my Kelpie socks, and this was from my Lucky Sock. No, that's not right. Lucky Dip cowl from Hawthorne Cottage Crafts. And they are the Kelpie socks. The sun is changing positions here, so apologise if... Those are the Kelpie socks by Olivia Villarreal. I'm going to say that. There you go. And I got 1 finished. Haven't got it on a sock blocker. It's not blocked. So professional. Do you block your socks if you've only got 1? I don't know. You can see the lovely. That's really lovely. And I did. I just did the square toe. I actually did the toe that was in the pattern. So that is the right one. So the inside's this, and the right one. So, and this stretch on it, I mean, if you've got what somebody said the other day, cankles, these are the socks for you, because with the all the rib and everything, they really stretch out. So I think those are lovely. But I've only got 1, and I have no motivation to do another one, but I will try. The yarn I'm using is from, trying to get this all back into my bag, Castleview Yarns, and it is Fear of the Dark, and just your usual 75-25. And I don't often use 100 grams, but I thought I wanted to do a longer leg on those. I had them in this lovely wee bag, and I said in my last podcast I didn't know where I got it from, because I got it quite a while ago, and one lovely viewer told me that it is from the Woolly Monkey shop, but they're not making bags anymore. But maybe it's a shame, because it's a really well made wee bag and just perfect for socks, isn't it, whenever you've got a pattern and everything in there. So that's the Kelpie Socks. And someday there'll be two. There's two Kelpie horses, aren't there? So there needs to be two Kelpie Socks. So that's one pair of socks. Then my... Oh, don't tell me I've lost my... Oh, this is such a professional podcast. I don't know where I've put it. Anyway, I have another pair. I have two pairs of Marie Curie sock quests on the go. One has one sock finished and the other one's just getting to the toe. I really need to do those because they're for Christmas. If you don't know about the Marie Curie sock quest, go and look up the Flower Power Fund on Instagram, or Sherlock Knits. She's a lovely doctor who works in Marie Curie Hospice, and she wants us to give all the patients in the hospice, and I think maybe some family members, socks for Christmas, but they have to be yellow. Obviously with the Marie Curie oh dear me, emblem is the daffodil, which is yellow, and that's, so I would lose my head if it wasn't screwed on some days, and I didn't bring them up. That is, don't know where it is, but one, as I say, is one's finished, and I'll show those next time. Dear me, that's rubbish. Anyway, but I need your help, because what am I doing? Oh, so much stuff. Welcome to my life. This is in this beautiful little bag that Jeanette of Crafty Clegs designs. I think this is one of her old tags, maybe. Made me for, I'm sure some of you know about Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted. It's done in December, and I sent her some stuff and she sent me this lovely wee bag, and perfect. Do you know what? Ta-da! This is my Marie Curie sock. This is the Rosie's Moments sock that was done for this sock quest, and I just added the heels and cuffs to it, and oh, my brain, and just got one done, so I really need to get those done, and I really need to motivate myself to get them done. But this is the Rosie's Moments oh dear me, yarn. Oh dear me. So, but you got to see a nice wee bag anyway. And what I was going to say is I have another pair on the go, and but I've got holes at the gussets. I have made so many pairs of socks, and I have never really been bothered with holes at the pick where you pick up from the onto the gusset. And for some reason, this pair I have ripped back to the gusset 3 times, and I'm really struggling. I have done the Arnie and Carlos method. I have done the Bakery Bears method, and another method has been told to me today, and I do not know. Do you get that sometimes in your knitting, that you've knit something 100 times and then for some reason you struggle this one time? And I'd actually put those in my bag to take to Knit Group, and that's where they are. Sorry, I'll show you them next time, hopefully finished, hopefully with the solution to my whole problem all sorted out, and we'll show those next time. So I have actually 4 hos, so ho 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 ho, but I've only actually shown you 3 of them. But anyway, so that's those. Welcome to my disaster. Anyway, so whips. So I have done a wee bit. My shoulder's feeling much better now. As I said, I've got my chair. Trying to correct my posture because I'm often like this. Really trying hard. But my kinship shawl, that's hard to say twice, is coming on really well. And if you remember, it was out of Pom Pom 35. And, you know, I've been giving this credit to Stephen West, but there's another lady whose name's on this, and it's Olga Baraya Kefelian. I'll put that down below as well. She's got the most beautiful smile is what jumps out at me. And I don't have a pic. I didn't photocopy a picture of that, but you'll be able to see. So this is my, by far, it's not in a very long cable, I apologise. So I was probably about there last time, and it's definitely really growing. It's squishy, anything squishy as. And I really, really love it. It's already on, what did I say? It already is on 393 stitches, and I have considerable amount still to go. So this is going to take a while. It's I just love it. Obviously needs blocking out, so those would really pop. So the yarns I'm using are, the black is Love Hand Dyed, and then these two are Regia's from their Yak range. Not enough room on my table. So these two beautiful, it's a really beautiful mustard, and then a sort of a pinky. And then I did write down which colours were which. So as I say, the black is from Love Hand Dyed, and it is called Winter Demons 4-ply, 85% Polworth, 15% nylon, and there's 400 meters per 100 grams, and I've got 2 of those. And then the other ones are Regia Merino Yak, and I've written on them which one's which because it's just a number. And colour 07504 is the gold. Oh, gold I suppose is right, mustard not, gold. That's not getting it at all. It's not getting it at all, it's definitely a gold. And then the pinky one is 07517, and they're both Merino Yak, and they're beautiful to work with, absolutely beautiful, and I'm really looking forward to the finished up project. It's really, really intuitive actually, because it slips stitches. It's you only really have to, well, I find I only really have to look at the pattern for the main transitions, and after that for a good, maybe 16 rows, you're just able to, you know, if it's slip, you slip, you know. So it's actually quite a good TV. I don't really watch TV. Podcast watching. And of course, always in my favourite bag from Sew Yarnalicious. She's going to Perth this year. If anybody's going, definitely take a look and see what she's got. And I just love it. I mean, that's holding so much there. So that's that. And then what did I say? It's my knitting. I'll cast on if I want to. No shame here. Well, I cast on. And I cast on, because I'm all about the DK now, I cast on the Flying Fox shawl by Gotham Knits. If you're on Instagram at all, you should look up Gotham Knits. She does the most fantastic reels on Instagram. So funny, and about knitting obviously, and you can just relate to them all. A lot involve her husband and hiding things from her husband, and you know, so if you're on Instagram, definitely give her a wee her name's Olga, but definitely give her a wee check out. And this is what I've done so far, and you'll say, no, I'm not surprised you've got a sore shoulder. But hey, sure, we suffer for our craft, and this is what I've got so far. It's just gorgeous. Sorry, the sun's shining in funny now, but that's true colour. That's definitely a true colour. And again, because it's DK, it's so quick. And I'm using good old Debbie Bliss baby cashmerino, extra fine merino wool and cashmere, and what do you call it, Love Crafts or else Wool Warehouse were doing a massive sale on this, like 40% off if you bought a pack of 10, and I bought it because it was on sale. No idea what I was going to do with it, and I'm using some of it for this, and it is baby soft, absolutely is. And I mean the stitch definition with it is just gorgeous. Sorry, the sun's shining, but I don't want to block it out. See, lovely, and I'm really enjoying that. And I find with shawls, I just use whatever needles are recommended. I don't swatch. I just go for it. And you know, I've said before, my needle of choice is Lica, and this is being done on a 4.5mm with my usual wee tips because I don't want all of this coming off. And this is being held in my Hohi Pampa bag. I have was spoiled at Christmas. No, maybe not even this Christmas, maybe the Christmas before, by Santa. It's a well-worn bag, you can see. It's even changed colour from the, it's more yellow than that. And Santa brought me that a wee while ago. I think actually it was the seconds, but not justifying, it's beautiful. So there we go, that's that. And then it wouldn't be one of my podcasts, just stick this pattern in case I lose it. It wouldn't be one of my podcasts without ripping something out now, would it? Come on. And many of you know I was knitting the Curvette shawl by Stephen West, and I said last time, oh, I forgot I have one more whip. That's terrible, isn't it? Let's rewind. This heat's going to my head. Last time we had the disaster darling, and I got over it. We moved on, and I said I was going to knit my mum the same top, and it was the sorry, I have an awful habit of showing patterns and showing more than you should be seeing, so let me find a picture of it. It was this beautiful. Can't find what way to do it. You see it? Oh, there's it. And this is the Reina de Picasti by Valentino Bogdanova. That was not as hard as I made it. So the Reina de Picasti by Valentina Bogdanova, and I'll put it down below. And you remember I had done it and I cut it by mistake, blah, 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 blah. Well, I've started it again from a mum, and it's going very well. And I'll just show you quickly. I haven't much done, but at least it's started. And that's the, it's not beautiful. So that's the neckline. So the scallops it goes up. So, and it's, I mean, much easier to see in this colour than the one I was doing it in. So maybe it was divine providence, but I don't know. But yes, I'm very happy with that. And I'm using stash yarn, all about the stash yarn at the minute, and it's Sir Dare Snuggly. Again, I think there was some big offer on it. Don't know why I would have had it otherwise. And it's baby cashmerino silk. My mum wanted something she could throw in the washing machine, but still I wanted to give her something nice. And there's 170 meters per 50 gram, and I've 7 skeins of this, so it should be more than enough. And it's in colourway, don't know. Why are things so hard to find? Oh, Puss in Boots, shade 313, and it's kind of a champagne, maybe, would that be the right? But I was saying to somebody, I just hope it doesn't turn out to look dirty, you know, the way some of them can a wee bit. But anyway, and I learned last night you can't eat anything while you're knitting it. That's another thing I worked out. And you started on a 2.5mm needle, so it'll take a wee while, and all the design obviously is up around the yoke, and then nice just stockinette after that. And that's held in my nice cheerful RicracRoom bag. So mum is getting that for Christmas. She knows she is, so it's no surprise, and she can watch the progress of that as you can as we go on. Anyway, back to the Curvette shawl. It's down here. So I was saying, sorry Stephen, love your work, but I just wasn't floating my boat. But I love the yarn, and I didn't want to not knit with it. The photograph on that is that pattern's rubbish, so I'll show you what I've done so far. Now, some of you might be saying, Ruth, this is like you're like a broken record. Knit it, rip it, knit it, rip it. But you have to be happy with it, you know, and I'm just not, and it's just not doing my thing. So this is where I got to so far. So I haven't knit that much. I finished that, so I quickly panicked and tried to find the rest of the ball of this, and I thankfully did. I found it, and I've decided. So that was the first colour. See if you can see it better. Sorry, it's in a plastic bag. It's Inkwell by Mr. Bird Street Yarn. Keep saying the wrong. Inkwell, and that's the colour. Lovely light grey with speckles. That's it. And then the next one was this lovely colour. A darker grey with black speckles. And then a complete grey. That's probably that. Yeah, that's pretty much right. And then the final colour was this one. And this is from Needle and Thread. Needle and Thread. But, as I said, it wasn't floating my boat. And the purple in between is a lace. It's meant to be a mohair and everything. So how do we think about it? And a beautiful pattern came out, I think just yesterday. And I thought, I think this yarn would be better suited to this new pattern. So I'll show you, and you can tell me what you think. So this is by Malia May. Sorry, this sun. And I think this would work. This yarn would work really well. Now, I'll not be going on the needles anytime soon. I've got the other things. Says me, you know what I'm like. And it's four colours. And she said, in the spiel on Ravelry, she said a fade would be perfect. That's what I've got. And she said that, and then a highly variegated would work too. That's what I've got. But I might change it. Sorry for the rustling, but I keep all my yarn in plastic bags. I might change it to this one. See the black? Which is a Love Bugs yarn. Sorry. And this is Colour Outside the Lines, Platinum Sock. So I just have to see. Just have to, I'll maybe even do a wee, swatch. Did I say swatch? Swatch of the actual pattern and see how that goes. But yes, c'est la vie. R.I.P. Corvette shawl. I'm sorry if I'm putting your head away with, but do we always start things that we love and continue even if we don't love them? And yeah, so anyway, and this is in my lovely Woolrich craft bag, which holds just everything. And I always say, this is my daughter. And with everything that's going on in the world, sometimes I just look at this bag and it reminds me to pray for those who need us to pray. Anyway, so could that be everything? Could that be everything? And this, I always see podcasters saying, if you could see the mess. Oh, if you could see the mess, it's unbelievable. And I think my face has gone the same colour as this bucket. Right, we're getting there. 53 minutes. Oh gosh. So, I've had some incoming, which I just thought I would share very quickly with you. And you know that my husband was in Ireland my last podcast with my kids, and unknown to me prior to him, previous trips, and we've gone many times. He's from Kilkenny, and we've gone many times, and I didn't know that there was a woolen mill in Kilkenny. I do now. Thanks to Susan from Wild Cottage Ireland podcast. I mentioned her last week. I got my husband to yarn mule some yarn back to me. He wasn't really very impressed, but hey, I bought it and got it sent to my mother-in-law's house. That's the way to do it. and this is the yarn, and it's Irish wool, and it's from Cushendale, Kilkenny since 1778. Well, I'll tell you, if I'd known it was there, I would have been at it before 1778. And the colourway cinnamon. It's 100% wool, and it tells you all about the yarn is made with wool from Ireland's native sheep, the Galway, which is both rare and protected. The fleece has been transformed with care to create this very special textile. Cushendale is a 6th generation woolen mill in Kilkenny. And obviously they do online, but with all the Brexit stuff, I wasn't sure what way things would work. So I just got him to bring it back for me. And I've got 4 of those, and I think there's 220 in each one. So it is scratchier than I would be. There's actually hay still in it. That truly is the sign of a good wool, isn't it? And I think obviously that's going to be a shawl, but I think I will have to put it in a bit of conditioner or something, because it is just a wee bit scratchier than I would be used to. But as I said, maybe as a knit with it, it'll soften up. But that was probably the best thing he's ever brought me back from a trip away. I was really pleased with that because I bought it. So that's that. And then I got my wool swap partners stuff, and I just want to show it really, really quickly, or we'll be here all night. So I got a beautiful package. If you haven't entered a wool swap or a yarn swap, you don't have to be as extravagant as this. You can be as, whatever you arrange with your partner, what you want to send. So I want to show you some of the bits that lovely Audrey, hi Audrey, sent me. Well, she knows I'm a 9-inch circular girl. So there's a lovely, I was perfect, saw that first whenever it came out. Then she sent me loads of yarn. This beautiful one from Mothy the Squid. It's Industrial Accident. And then she sent me another beautiful one from a Lonely Sock Lady. I hear SCR1 TNO talking a lot about that. That's showing, that's deep green. That's not showing up right, but that's beautiful with a sparkle in it too. And then she sent me an Ovis yarns. I've heard of them, but I've never had one. Bag end. That's what you think of me. With my favourites. Perfect. And then she sent me a lovely set of minis from the Mad Scientist. She got these in an advent swap, or an advent calendar, and I have a blanket on the go, so those will be going into that. And then she sent me just pen, lovely wee notebook. She sent me a project bag, and then I wanted to show you. Then she sent me a wee bit of Scotland, because she's from Scotland, from Glasgow. And then I wanted to show you, she sent me more minis, but I wanted to just, and wee needle topper, stitch markers, but I wanted to just show you this. And this was made by her wife, who is a ceramicist. Did I get that right? And this is just, it's a little dish to put all your little goodies in, but I have had it secreted away for this podcast, and she makes these by hand. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful, absolutely. And I'll put her details down below. She takes custom orders, and I was so chuffed with, just chuffed with that. So that was a fantastic wool swap I sent to her, obviously, and I think we can agree we were good partners, and it was lovely getting to know somebody new. I think that's me. For now. We're on 58 minutes. I hope that you've enjoyed this podcast. Maybe a bit rambly. Well, I'm always rambly. Maybe a bit rushed. I'm sorry about that. I promise next time I'll try to be better. But I just really wanted to get a podcast in. Even though it's the summer holidays and everything's going on, I just really wanted to get in. Now, I don't want to rush through all of this and then not end with what I always end up with. And as I always say, if this isn't for you, I just want to share a wee bit of God's word with you. If it's not for you, I don't take any offence. Please don't take any offence from me by wanting to share God's word. You can switch off now if it's not your thing, if you're just here for the yarny goodness. And I have loved spending time with you. I've loved that you've come to join me, and I hope you have a really, really good few weeks before I podcast again. Bye for now. If you do want to stay with me, I would really, really appreciate 5 minutes of your time, I promise. I will be very honest. I have really struggled to know what to share, considering that all that is going on at the moment. Look, I have been praying so hard for the people of Afghanistan. I've been praying. I've had to look away from the news, and I just don't understand what's going on. And I ask, even though I've been a Christian for many years, I trust God fully. I have been saying, Lord, what is going on? What are you doing? And I would say a lot of Christians, if they're really honest, they'll be saying, Lord, please show us what the meaning of all this is. But you know, in my quiet time, I was reminded of Proverbs 3:5. And it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not depend on your own understanding. And I will put my hand up and say, I do not understand. I do not understand. However, I do trust a God who sent his only son to this earth in the most horrendous circumstances, had him killed in the most horrendous circumstances for us. I trust a God who loves me that much. And you know, Jesus died in our place as our substitute. And he, to allow us to enter into a right relationship with a holy God. The death of Christ as our substitute is the heart of the gospel. It is the gospel. You know, God created a perfect world, but sadly Adam and Eve had other ideas. And that's where the evil comes from. That's evil had entered our perfect world. You know, I'm not going to sit here for 1 minute in my privileged state in the UK, in a house, with a roof over my head, with money in my pocket, with food on the table, and say, listen, don't worry about it, it's all going to be okay. I'm not going to do that. Chin up, hey ho, you know, everything will be all right. I see these folk on my TV screens. I see the homeless in our towns, and it's a reality. It's a reality, and it's going on right now. And maybe you're even saying, Lord, Ruth, you don't even know my life. My life is hard. My life is difficult. You're right, I don't know. But our God does, and he cares. You know, he cares, and he has made a way for us. That one day when this old world is over for us, that we can go to be with him in a home in heaven. To have eternity with no more pain, no more crying, no more evilness. He has given us the clear instructions in his word of how that can happen. We just have to ask him to forgive us. And he has said in his word that he'll be faithful and just to forgive us. You know, he has promised us that amazing home in heaven, but even I, who's heard about heaven for years, still struggle to even imagine what it's going to be like. And I used to teach Sunday school up in Scotland, and I remember saying to the kids one day in my Sunday school class, you think of your best day ever. Go on, think of your best day ever. Multiply it by 1,000,000, and that still won't even cover what eternity in heaven's going to be like. We as humans, with our brains, cannot take in the goodness of God. But you know, today, people are suffering. Today, maybe even you're suffering. What can we do today to make a difference? You know, in Mark chapter 12, verse 31, it says, we are commanded to love our neighbours as ourselves. And then in Matthew 5:44, it says, but I say, love your enemies, pray for those who persecute you. What? You know, as Christians, or if as people of faith, we can't pick and choose from the Bible what we want to have. We can't choose just the nice verses, just the nice things. We have to take it lock, stock and barrel. And you know, I want you to look into your heart. I want to look into my heart and say, do I love my neighbour? Do I love my enemies as myself? Am I praying for my enemies? It's very, very challenging, isn't it? Very, very challenging. And it really has challenged my heart over these last few weeks. You know, the work needs to start in us. Before anything can change, the work needs to start in us. You know, Mother Teresa, long gone, but many will know her great work with the poor in Calcutta, said, we do not need guns and bombs to bring peace. We need love and compassion. Can we start in our little circle, in our neighbourhood, in our knit group? Can we show love to those who feel unloved? Can we show care to those who have had no care and have seen no care? Can we show Christ's love for them through our actions and through our words? And as we look at the newsreels, as we just can't get our heads around it, just trust God. Trust that God has a plan. I don't know what it is at the moment. We may not know till we get to heaven, but I just pray that today you would know his love surrounding you in your life. You would feel his overwhelming love for you, and that you would know, no matter what circumstance you're in today, that he loves and he cares for you. That was a strong one. That was a big one. There's things beyond my understanding, as I've said, but I hope today that some way something will have gone in to your heart for what I've said. As I always say, if you want to know anything more about our faith, my faith, if you want to know anything more about what I've said, if you want to discuss what I've said, if you want to shout at me, if you want to talk about knitting, anything like that, you just get in touch, okay? And so far, I think I've got back to everybody who ever has. And do use the email if it's something private that you would like to talk about. Do you know, that's a heavy one to finish with, isn't it? And I hope you will get some knitting time in the next fortnight till I see you again. But just no matter where you are in the world, I hope you get some knitting time, and just keep on knitting. Thank you so much for being with me today. I'm sorry it was rambly. I'm sorry it was a bit all over the place. But, you know, this is me. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. Okay, God bless. Bye.